the top 3 behaviors of the dismissive avoidant person that are going to drive you up the wall in your romantic relationship. I'm Dr. Sarah Hensley. I'm a specialized social psychologist, and I've been studying the science of attachment and attraction inside romantic relationships for nearly 20 years. Super difficult and frustrating behavior number 1. You can never pin them down in a true answer about how they feel about you or something important inside of their relationship. They will dance around it. They will hop around it. They will deflect against it. They will shift the conversation. They will insert a joke to try to throw you off. There are a million and one ways that the dismissive avoidant will absolutely refuse to answer direct questions about how they feel. This is because they are terrified of emotional vulnerability. And even saying how they feel about you at a certain point in the relationship, usually beyond the 6-month mark, is very difficult for them. Super frustrating behavior number 2. They do not plan in terms of you. You probably had a really intense start to your relationship and you spent a lot of time together, and then you noticed the withdrawal, the pullback, or the deactivation. Definitely watch my pinned video on dismissive avoidance. I have tons of them, but that one is a really good explanation of why the deactivation occurs in the dating phase. But when the deactivation starts to occur, they stop planning. They are not going to plan dates. They are not going to bring up the next time they're going to see you. It's because they are anxious in relationship to self. So they're avoidant towards others, anxious towards self, and they don't know how they're going to feel. And they are always, after a certain point in the relationship, going to prioritize their own needs above yours and above the needs of the relationship. So it's very, very difficult for them to make a concrete plan that involves you because they don't know how they're going to feel when that time rolls around. So yeah, they might feel like going to dinner right now, but next Friday, they're not so sure. So they don't necessarily want to commit to that. So you'll often find that the dismissive avoidant just doesn't bring up when they're going to see you next. And you're like, are we even in a relationship? Are we going to see each other again? Super frustrating behavior number 3, they refuse to settle conflict. So they will run away from conflict. They will try to sweep it under the rug. They don't want to talk about it. They will try really, really hard to just go off, isolate for a while, sweep it under the rug, and then try to re-engage as if nothing happened. They do not want to talk about it. It's because conflict is vulnerable. They don't understand their feelings. They suppress them. They're very overwhelmed by your feelings, and they don't want to have to go there. There's probably a lot more I could list. I try to give compassion to the dismissive avoidant because I know their deep psychological hurts and why they behave the way they do. If you are experiencing a relationship with a dismissive avoidant and you are feeling crazy, then you're gonna definitely want to join my hybrid group. You will not feel crazy anymore after you go through that experience. You will feel confident. You will know what boundaries to set. You will feel not anxious anymore. You will feel in control, and you will be able to make the right moves in this relationship to preserve your self-respect, to preserve your emotional health, and to get the loving and lasting relationship that you desire. To find that, you can visit my website, thedatingdecoder.com, and click on Book Group.